Look, it's a flood.
The flood.
It's flooding.
Get away.
Quick, we need to get to higher ground.
Open the floodgates.
Now I got it. But yeah, I really like that tagline you came up with.
Which tagline?
The flood with Doc and Ziggy. We talk about everything but the weather. You wanna know why? Because we're a force of nature, and we rise up
I knew you
and crash through.
I knew it.
This is Doc and Ziggy with the flood. Keep your death threats to 140 characters.
Or less. What's crackin', Zig? It's another week.
You know what's not cracking?
What's not crackin'?
Law enforcement at the Capitol.
What a shit show. The arrests, though, keep rolling in.
I guess we'll start with the biggest softball ever. Of Russia or Florida.
Okay. Shoot, let it roll in.
Man arrested carrying Nancy Pelosi's lectern has been charged with federal charges.
Shit. Oh, God.
It's Florida.
Yeah.
It's Florida.
So,
Really, that's just an excuse for me to use the drop.
that man's name, because we're going to drop names. We're name dropping here, is Richard Barnett.
Rat out Nazis.
Of Gravette, Arkansas. He broke into the Capitol and
Oh no,
stole
that was
mail.
the one that was in Nancy Pelosi's office.
Oh, okay.
The ginger that had the lectern was from Florida.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that dude, yeah, you're right, okay.
And then
This
they
was the
arrested
Florida
QAnon
one.
shaman too.
Yeah, man. Like I said, though, the arrest keeps
I was
rolling
really
in.
pissed when I first saw it. I was like, oh my god, he's wearing a fucking wolf. He's wearing a skin like my magic commander. And then I took a sigh of relief. I was like, whew! It's a bull skin, not a wolf skin.
Man,
Dumbest sigh of relief.
ever, dumbest coup ever.
Dumbest coup ever.
Yikes.
It really was like, alright, happy hour's about to start, let's go.
Yo, it was like I said, like the Washington football team had won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the security was super shitty, and yet at the same time, it was just like, the whole crowd seemed to just be like, okay, let's go home now.
Because it was clear they literally let them do what they came to do, which was, cause havoc, strike terror, and then they let them go home. But I mean, now the FBI is cleaning up, and arrests are being made. Talks of 25th Amendment and second impeachments are abound, and I'm wondering...
People are like, what's the point in second impeachment? He would lose his ability to run again, he would lose his $200,000 a year pension, he would lose secret security protection for the rest of his life.
Which means,
High
as
tech.
taxpayers, we wouldn't have to foot the bill for this nigga's buffoonery after all of this.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's entirely worth it.
Think about us still spending money for Mar-Lago. Fucking security.
Gulf security. When he decides he wants to go over to Ireland and hit the green on the green. Like, come on, man.
Don't let him into Ireland. Those are my people.
Who is... hold on. Would he have the most impeachments at this point?
Yes! I don't think there's been a president that's been impeached more than once.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm over here trying to, Google it, but I'm not getting the results.
He's the biggest historical disgrace in American history.
At least top 5.
I'm pretty sure at this point he is the biggest historical disgrace in American history.
I feel like...
Second. Second.
That begs to be... Yeah, I feel like...
Definitely second.
There's a debate to be had there, for sure. But as Americans...
First one's hard to top.
As Americans, I feel like we can be pretty short-sighted, It's usually our generational perspective that determines the outward flow of the nation.
Yeah, I mean, none of us were there to be like, these other things are really shitty. But...
Well, after World War II, we completely forgot Jim Crow inspired the Jew codes, so...
Yeah.
Damn it. Damn it, man. No, but I definitely, like I said, top five worst presidents of all time. For certain. you know, maybe right behind Andrew Johnson.
Like worst presidents, he legit might be number one at this point.
I don't know.
Let's just wait for the every single presidential term, the Smithsonian does like a presidential rankings.
Oh, for
you
real?
remember that?
Yeah.
So Lincoln is forever number one. Literally held the country together. I think Obama was ranked like 8th.
Abraham Lincoln number 1, George Washington number 2, FDR number 3,
Teddy number 4,
Dwight.
Eisenhower 5, Truman 6, Thomas Jefferson 7, Kennedy.
Hold on, I'm going to the bottom of this list.
Oh.
So James Buchanan, so far as rank, is the worst president of presidential history. Then Andrew Johnson, which I said at number 2, who was the president following Lincoln after.
Oh, yep. Yep.
Then we have Franklin Pierce, Warren G. Harding, who was Trump 1.0. John Tyler, God, I don't even remember John Tyler. William Harrison, Millard Fillmore, who's a Klansman.
Oh, maybe since this is 2019, they haven't actually counted in Trump
yet. No, but that's what I'm saying. Out of the top 4, you've got Buchanan, Johnson, Pierce, and Harding. So, like I said, Trump could easily break top 5.
Yeah, there are a couple of those I don't know too much about their administrations, I'm not gonna lie.
George W. Bush is down there in the top 10.
Oh, wow, he's ranked lower than Jimmy Carter.
Because Jimmy Carter wasn't a terrible president, he just wasn't
like, the big thing
president.
people remember is him pardoning Nixon and the gas shortages.
Yeah.
You know what's shitty? He definitely will be in the top 50 worst presidents.
Who, Trump?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Because... What is Biden? Biden's number 46 now?
Yeah. Yep.
Damn, we haven't even had 50 presidents yet.
Nope.
That's crazy. And the nation.
Hopefully we'll get there.
The nation's what? 300 years old at this point?
Well, what's 2021 minus 1776? 243 years.
Yep. 243 years old. So, no, we're not 300 yet. But we're coming up on it. Damn. We'll see that in our lifetime, most likely.
Yeah. I mean, my lifetime's pretty long. I'm a 228-year-old vampire.
Which would mean you had been around for...
I've been around for most of this. Like I said, the first Civil War, I mean, we won. That was pretty sweet.
I could definitely just see you being a drummer boy.
Yo, and remember, I talked about this earlier. I'm like, when all of them are marching, like, they're not gonna march to the same beat. You're gonna have somebody be like, yo, can you, like, drop it into, like, halftime?
Oh, God. Are we contemplating what the maggots are gonna march to? It's definitely gonna be Kid Rock. Are you kidding me?
It's gonna be that song by Yellow Wolf with Kid Rock in it.
Don't do that, because I don't think Yellow Wolf would appreciate you lining him up with these Trump supporters, you know?
I mean, that's what they're gonna dance to, though.
Oh, God, don't.
Every single person that he used a song from was like, yeah, dude, you can't use my music. You know that, right?
Yeah, no. It was only a few people that...
They're not gonna ask about it. They're not gonna ask Yellow Wolf what he thinks. They're not gonna need to ask Chris Rock what he thinks.
Has anybody asked Ja Rule what he thinks yet?
Nobody gives a fuck what Ja Rule has to say.
Yo.
Okay, so I just saw something trending on Twitter. I don't know anything about the person, but apparently there was this YouTuber named Carson who was, like, sexting a minor.
What?
Yeah, but apparently also had...
Hold the fuck up. How we just gonna jump from Trump?
It's a pretty reasonable...
Tedros.
It's a pretty reasonable transition.
So what is this YouTuber's name?
His name's Carson.
And what is Carson popular for on YouTube?
Apparently Minecraft, I believe.
God.
And
oh my God,
the thing that I heard was he turned down Mia Malkova for pedosexting thing.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
And just,
what?
Just let that sink in.
I'm like, all right, I'm not the biggest
And you know,
Malkova
you know what the
fan.
thing is? He looks he looks like the guy, you know the kid in the meme where he's like, well, I'm just gonna say at the computer.
What's his name again?
It's Carson.
Carson. No last name?
No, just if you go onto Twitter and type Carson Mia Malkova, it'll pop up. You don't need to use Google. With these types of things, Twitter is the source.
Fair enough. I'm going now because I'm just trying to get, I'm trying to paint the full picture of what the fuck we're dealing with here. Damn, they didn't even, at him, though.
Oh, I'm sure because he's been canceled, right? They don't at anybody when they've been canceled.
I mean, fair. I'm just trying to find a picture of dude. Oh. Yeah, he looks like a pedo.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Yep.
And he turned... Call me Carson. Ugh, God. And he turned down Mia Malkova?
Just bad.
Trash.
Just bad judgment there.
Well, I mean... The nigga is trying to fuck kids, yo. It's bad judgment all the way the fuck around. I don't even have anything to say about this because it's just fucking wildly disgusting at this point. You had...
I think we both went to different places because you're a dad.
Yeah, that's possible.
You're like, that's fucked up. And I'm like, you're an idiot.
I'm also like, you're an idiot. Because... Who in their right fucking mind, would turn down sex with a porn star to sex with a child? I'm sure there are men across the country right now, all synchronatically face palming themselves,
Yeah, I mean, like I said, dating a stripper or a porn star would be like eating chips in church. Everybody's gonna look at you in shame, but they secretly want some too.
I'm disgusted. I am baffled, and I'm
embarrassed for him.
Embarrassment's not the word, Joe.
Once again, two totally different places here.
Son, why would you?
Why?
I mean,
everything.
Right, yeah, I'm not about to sit here and try and get into the mind of a fucking pedophile, but...
I'm not trying to get inside the mind of an idiot.
So what led... Okay, so get me hit. Do we know what led to the interactions between him and Mia Malkova?
A lot of people... Some people were like, oh, it was just a promotional stunt or something like that, but... Okay. And no, I don't, but
you don't know?
I don't know, but I see enough people saying this on Twitter. Yeah. I'm like, alright, it's gotta be something to it.
Yeah, because I also, after looking at him, I don't know what would make... Have you watched any of his videos? Does he
No, you think I watch Minecraft shit?
Fair. So we don't know what his charisma levels are?
Charisma?
I meant to say charisma. I had to burp, though.
Charisma, everybody. That's how we say it. Straight from the hood, Poe. Roll for charisma, everybody.
Yeah. Clearly, my charisma levels are very low.
I'm saying, alright, so... In D&D, I dump almost all of my points in charisma. I talk my way out of a lot of shit.
There's some fisticuffs you can't talk your way out of, though. Oh, man, as he pulls up his sleeves. Listen.
I mean, there was one guy who went through an entire D&D campaign convincing everybody that he was a human, even though he was a bear, because his charisma was so high.
That reminds me of fucking Tekken, yo.
Oh, where you could have, Jack the Kangaroo.
And the fucking tree thing, and then there's a bear, isn't there? And it's just why? Why are there a bear, a kangaroo,
and
a kangaroo,
and yet you still pick Jin, Lee, Law, Huarang. You know somebody had no idea what they were doing, or they were master when they picked Huarang.
That part.
Just the whole thing.
Yeah, it really fucks my head up, because I'm sitting over here your drive for children is that strong.
That was the biggest upvoted tweet that I saw.
Nigga turned down Mia Malkova for a minor.
I'm embarrassed for you, dude. You deserve to get canceled.
Weak shit. Weak shit. I bet you he voted for Trump. It's like, that's not fair.
That's not fair.
How much
Probably
you wanna bet
voted
that?
for Jill
Wow,
Stein.
we was both about to say Jill Stein. That's terrible. I was totally... Alright.
And that wasn't even the other person that was running. It was, Joe Jordanson. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of cultural, Bobby Shmurda's gonna get out in February.
Your transitions today, sir. Your transitions. We went from Trump to pedos, and now we're talking about Bobby Shmurda. Hey, free Bobby Shmurda, though. Like,
He's gonna get out in February.
man, nah, fuck that. Get rid of Trump early and let Bobby Shmurda out.
He'll come out, immediately he's gonna walk out, and his hat's gonna drop down,
Yeah.
and his hand is just gonna go out like this, and the hat is gonna fly in from the sky.
Somebody's definitely
Return
gonna
right
toss
to
that
him.
nigga a hat, though. Somebody's definitely, or he's gonna come out, drip to the fucking nines. I'm just.
Are you a subscriber to the same video of Bobby Shmurda dancing to different songs every day?
No, but I've seen plenty of that shit, because the dance, it's one of them shits that you could just fit to anything, like the Childish Gambino dancing joint, or Beyonce dancing.
This is America. that was one of the ones I saw where it was I can't believe the capital all of this is happening. Black Twitter, this is America.
Yep. Because we've been trying to tell y'all. Free the homie. Not really the homie, but I mean, yeah, whatever. The American prison system is fucked up. The whole judicial system.
I just want to see the hat return like a boomerang. Because right now, like, he's like Thor right now, just waiting for the hammer.
I just think it's fucked up because, Tekashi 6ix9ine is out walking around, and Bobby Shmurda has served. He's been in for how long?
For not snitching, too, right?
For how long?
Like 5 years.
Yeah, yo, that's what I'm saying. Like, probably off of just violating his fucking probation or his parole.
That's what happened to Meek, right? And Meek was in for like, what, a year?
Yeah, a year and some change, I feel like. I don't know. Time is irrelevant at this point.
Time is a human construct.
We're, a week into 2021, and I'm still feeling the jet lag from 2020.
Yep, it's a hangover.
I think jet lag is a more appropriate comparison.
Everyone was drinking during 2020. It's a hangover.
Everybody drinks on a plane, though.
Maybe, except... Well, nobody's on a plane right now. Actually, except for the NBA teams. I don't know if you saw, but I'm really disappointed and not disappointed. I'm really bummed. I can't be disappointed. I'm bummed, but Jason Tatum has got a quarantine for 14 days.
Shit.
Yeah, the Celtics' best player. And him and Jaylen Brown were playing on fire. So it's just going to fall a lot more on Jaylen.
Damn. Well, I mean, the same shit keeps happening to the NFL, right? All these different NFL teams have got players.
Yeah, no, like I saw the Philadelphia 76ers, they had to have somebody, like, spring up from the G League to literally just wear a uniform and sit on the bench, and they just played with 7 players.
Wow.
The whole game.
I want to say it was maybe like 2 pods back. I don't remember if we covered it or not, but I wanted to cover the NFL fining the Baltimore Ravens like $250,000.
Yeah, we mentioned it.
Yeah, because of their COVID violations and shit like that.
It's really weird. Somebody mentioned like a trend. Like the Wizards played somebody, and then that person got locked up. Or the Wizards played the Nets, and Durant has to go into quarantine.
Yeah,
and then the Wizards played someone else, and then somebody else had to go into quarantine. And then the Wizards played Boston, and now Jason Tatum has to go in quarantine. But nobody on the Wizards has it. Check out those ES&S machines, everybody.
Yo.
I want to believe.
So do we think that they just have like a towel boy sneaking into the fucking opposing team's locker room and just spitting in there?
I don't know, because the other weird thing is I think it happened...
How long has it been since the Wizards have won an NBA championship?
They haven't won an NBA championship since the 70s. And they were bullets. And I think they were in Baltimore.
Yep. So, my point
That's why you want to know why I can't root for the Washington Wizards? That's why.
So, what happens when it's Wizards versus Lakers and we get to the playoffs here? And LeBron gets
I'm not going to
COVID?
root for the Wizards. Like, all right, so yes, I'm a Boston fan. But I never had like the vehement hatred for the Lakers.
But
because I'm not
But do you have that vehement hatred for the Wizards though?
Kinda, yeah. I've seen a bunch of Wizards games, but I never go to see the Wizards. I go to see the opposing team. Like I went and I saw the Warriors win. Durant, Clay.
I just feel like, if the Wizards make their way through this by getting all the other players infected with COVID, then I might just have to root for the Wizards because that'd be a clutch play not seen since the Houston Astros. So, what the fuck?
Or colonists in their blankets. You look cold. Have a blanket.
No.
That's one of my favorite super dark jokes.
Yo, alright, so Jason Tatum is out. How long does he got to quarantine?
14 days. It's
14. So it's the standard longest period of time.
Yeah.
I mean, it
sucks. It sucks.
But it's reasonable.
It's reasonable. It's like everybody has to deal with the fact that it might happen to their player. Yeah. But, it sucks. Boston was playing great.
So how many games is that?
I'm going to guess... I didn't check, but I'm going to guess they typically play like every 2 or 3 days. So probably like between 5 and 7 games. Mm-hmm. Maybe 8 with how they've like condensed the NBA schedule.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah. In more Twitter news, CEO and our favorite saloon owner, Jack Dorsey, is going head to head with Parler CEO and John Metzi.
Tyson Ali, or are we expecting... Not Tyson Ali. Are we expecting this to go like Foreman Ali, or are we expecting this to go like Nate Robinson, Jake Paul?
No, at the moment it just seems to be catty shade throwing. Jack Dorsey was commending...
Is it going on Twitter? Because that would kind of just put the nail in the coffin in itself.
Well, it's going on all over the place. In talking about Parler, they're getting like dogpiled on from all across the internet spectrum at the moment because it's where all the like alt-right and right-wing conservatives and conspiracy theorists are moving now that Mark, even MySpace has banned Donald.
Yep. Even MySpace.
So in response,
Trump's gotten 4 Twitter accounts banned within a day, right?
Damn, all in the last couple of days?
No, so his real account, then he tried to tweet from the POTUS account, and then he tried to, tweet from, I think he got Eric Trump's Twitter banned.
Shit.
Like, he's getting everybody's Twitter banned, because he keeps just trying to tweet from everybody else's account.
Oh my god, this is sad, Joe. And I mean, what's even more sad is they are, acting like the Jews they hate, and fleeing Twitter and Facebook, and running to this Parler website.
They're little rats!
Which is now getting Parler in a bunch of hot water. And a bunch of different app platforms have... Google got rid of it. Apple was threatening to remove Parler if they didn't do something to, better police the incendiary speak that's going on their website. And the owner is kind of like, John is kind of like playing it up, claiming himself to be a free speech advocate and, using that platform to kind of just draw them all in like the Pied Piper and shit. And it's, yeah. So Jack posted a screenshot of Signal being the #1 messaging app on Apple's downloads, and then posted a little heart, and then John screenshotted that whole tweet and was like, we were #1 until you started advocating for us getting banned and all kinds of shit like that. And people, all the Parler supporters are theorizing that Jack is advocating for the ban so hard because he's threatened by Parler's growing popularity amongst the alt-right, and he's afraid to lose them even though he wants to, look like he's being...
Yeah, and people think this is, one of the things that you've seen trending, I'm sure, is, Orwellian 1984.
Yeah.
And people think it's 1984, but they clearly did not understand the concept of 1984.
No.
It's much more paradox of intolerance.
Well,
Much more paradox of intolerance.
this in itself, I'm kind of having like a hard time parsing out because it does kind of feel like innate censorship of the other because I don't
mean to cut you off, but break! So, censorship.
Parler. Speaking of censorship in Parler, Parler is being censored all around the internet, and I don't know how I feel about it, to be completely honest with you. Not because I'm advocating for the maggots to have a place to, spout all their hate speech and a place to organize all their heinous plans and shit. But I do think it is sketchy territory
It's murky water.
to get into banning an app because it is a place where hateful people are congregating.
Yeah, but then there's the paradox of intolerance where a tolerant society will eventually have to decide whether or not it's going to tolerate people
Exactly.
with intolerant beliefs. Which inherently means that the intolerant will then poison the tolerant, or the tolerant has to decide to not tolerate the intolerant.
There has to be a filter. There has to be a filter of intolerance and things we will not tolerate because they are intolerant. It is a bit of an oxymoron.
Yep. That's why it's called the paradox of intolerance.
But, and I feel like we've discussed this before, but it's worth discussing again because of what's happening with Parler and what has happened with 8chan and almost happened to 4chan. And, I mean, we're doing this to Parler, but I'm pretty sure Stormfront is still a thing.
The internet will find a way.
Exactly. There will always be image boards, so I almost feel like publicizing...
Not hard to get a web domain.
Right, and publicizing the censorship of Parler because of the community that's surrounding it is... I feel like it's gonna hurt the cause more so than help what we're looking to do.
It's
here.
basically a ideological infection. Because eventually they'll even move to, WordPress.
or Wikipedia and start altering Wikipedia articles and filling it with all kinds of...
Well, Wikipedia cleans that shit up really fast.
Yeah. Support Wikipedia, guys. Fuck PETA, donate to Wikipedia.
Yep. Wikipedia is actually getting acknowledged now in some universities as a reliable source.
Well, it also just turned 20, I believe.
Yeah.
And, the more and more it is being solidified as, a certified source of information.
Yeah.
Collectively, it has done a great job at...
Just educating people.
Well, reforming the image that it used to have because, it used to be, and still kind of is, anybody can go on Wikipedia and make an article about something, or, edit an article about something that already existed. That's kind of one of the things that makes Wikipedia such a great source of information is it's collective information. But Wikipedia has also done a great job at policing what...
Yeah. That's the biggest thing that's really helped
reliable.
Wikipedia improve its credibility.
Gotta love the video, Goddamn.
Well, the video's not on right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was gonna say, save the video until Dez gets on here.
Fair. Whew, thank God y'all didn't get to see me just dribble all over myself like a fucking baby. But like I said, or was saying, it's sketchy territory, because I don't know what's to stop when this happens. What's to stop them from martyring Parler and using it to bolster their claims even further that they're being ostracized and
I think that then comes down to the majority of the people not being tolerant of this intolerance.
You would hope, right? But for as intolerant we've been of Donald Trump he still was allowed to serve his entire
I think this was the
4-year
tipping
term.
point. I think this was the tipping point. Where they were just like, no, you legit had people try to storm the Capitol building. Like, we're done. We're good. You legit tried to overthrow the government.
And I just feel like, is it too little too late? I'm weighing both hands out here. Is this going to hurt us more than it's going to help us? And is it too little too late? Like, we're censoring Donald now when we gave him all that airtime 4 years ago for free that allowed him to...
I mean, the place they're gonna go is the media outlet that he's going to make.
Well, Newsmax, OAN, and, now with the whole Parler thing happening...
He's gonna be a constant pundit now on those types of things, if he's not in fucking jail.
Well... To my point, though, this is spreading even further than these social media apps, because now advertisers are pressuring actual media organizations like Comcast and AT&T and Roku and Amazon to do something about Newsmax and OAN's spread of misinformation and stuff like that.
So yes, there's freedom of speech, but there's also ethical journalism.
Well, and that's kind of what they were getting into, right? Then there's also the practice of business ethics, because if Comcast owns stake in CBS and MSNBC and they censor Fox News and Newsmax, does it look like they're just, self-serving and promoting their own business? You know what I mean? So,
even if they are, isn't that in the better good?
Is it, though? Is it in the better good of fair business practices? Is it in the better good of a fair and open discourse? Like, I know it's awkward for me to be the one advocating this, because I don't want to see any more Fox Newses or any more Parlers. I think we should get rid of Stormfront and places where these kinds of people can congregate and plan and organize together. But is it too little too late? And because this is a problem that we should have stopped years ago. We should have stopped this shit when they wrote the Turner Diaries, back when Timothy McVeigh was a fucking thing. Like, we should have censored this kind of misinformation then. But
we should have stormed Area 51, since apparently security really fucking sucks. And people are thinking about doing it again. Yeah.
Let's move on, because we could be talking about the paradox of intolerance all day.
Now let's talk about what's inside Area 51.
Solid state batteries, quantum computers, cold fusion.
I'm imagining, like, an alien, like, suspended, like, fucking Genova in the Mako reactor of Final Fantasy VII.
I immediately thought about, like, Superman in the Red Sun room.
Superman, yep. Like, they're harvesting power from this, like, shriveling alien.
Oh god, you think that's what it's gonna be? Or would it be more like Men in Black and you walk in and it's aliens and human beings working together simultaneously?
It's actually just the Chow Garden. Area 51 is just a Chow Garden.
One giant mess hall. Oh my god. Yeah, no, with the Capitol building looking the way it looked, and then...
What do you think the mess hall inside Area 51 is like? What do you think daily interactions with people that work at Area 51 are like?
So, are we assuming that Area 51 is a top secret, like, intergalactic hub, or are we assuming it's top secret, like, military government testing?
That one.
So, more realistic, like, where they test experimental fighter jets and not alien tech, and not re-engineer alien technology, or
well, no, they could do the re-engineering of alien technology too in a top secret military base. But think about it. What do you think? Like, hey, Steve.
Okay.
What were you up to? Nah, man, I was just dissecting the newest alien. You find anything cool? Well, this one is 4 hearts. That's pretty neat. What about you? I was deconstructing their alien spaceship. Oh, did you find anything new? Well, their tractor beam is really, really effective.
And Apple has found a way to implement it into the new iPhone 13.
Also, here's the cure for coronavirus. What are you gonna do with that, buddy? I think I'm gonna put it into a vial and then into a frozen deep state refrigerator and never touch it ever again. So, that's a really good idea.
So here we go. Here's where I'm gonna be, the no fun Mr. Party Pooper.
Every party needs a pooper, that's why they invited you. Party pooper. Party pooper.
Party pooper.
I don't think I think you guys are going to be seriously disappointed when you get to, Area 51 and there's just a bunch of B-52 concepts and shit in that bitch. Maybe, some railgun, like,
B-52? Unreleased material?
Not the B-52s. Not the B-52s.
But it wasn't a rock. It was a rock lobster.
Oh god, that was them. Yo.
Rock lobster? Yeah, I know, it's weird. My voice is really close to the guy from B-52s.
Nah, I think they just have like a bunch of, like I said, experimental concept tech in there. Ray gun blueprints, that kind of shit.
Do they go, pew?
I actually saw somewhere that phaser guns are kind of like impractical as far as like warfare is considered because they would immediately cauterize every wound that they make. So it's like, yeah, I mean, I guess it would shoot a hole through a person, but it would also stop them from bleeding out. So, I don't know. You do what you want with that information.
I don't know. Maybe they just start shooting icicles.
Wow.
Needlers, like in fucking Halo.
So you think that they've got a bunch of X-Men hidden there? I would totally see...
I would totally believe that that's like the fucking where the X-Men are.
Okay, so I would totally believe that there were mutant humans in Area 51 before I believe that there were aliens in
Mutant humans I would totally buy. Like a top secret military superhuman team.
Yeah, like full of... Yeah, so Area 51 is full of fucking...
So Area 51's where the X-Men are.
They're full of Steve Rogers and shit like that. Wolverine, like, I totally believe our government is up to shit, okay? But aliens, I have a really hard time with it because how could you hide something? Okay, we talked about this off mic, but my whole, like, I guess my rule of thumb for conspiracy theories is, what is the end game? What does the government gain by keeping aliens a secret from us? And I'm sure somebody is out there screaming at their fucking speakers right now, like, the tech! You can't just expose that kind of human. We are so racist, we wouldn't even be able to handle interacting with... And I'm just like, but we talk about exposure therapy, right? So, I don't know. Do you really think the same people that stormed the Capitol the other day could fight off a fucking alien race?
No, I don't, but I think a bunch of weebs could.
Even if we're talking grays, right? Like, I don't necessarily...
I think alien conspiracy theorists are honestly more motivated than Trump supporters.
Even the militiamen, right? Like, I don't know, you say that, but then there were those dudes who went to that fucking monolith in California and knocked it down in the name of Jesus. So, if a bunch of aliens started showing...
Well, that thing wasn't actually that big, and it was actually hollow on the inside.
Yeah, that's fair, but what I'm saying is if aliens showed up, we would still have to deal with...
Like, that thing was so clearly just, like, made by somebody. And I'm pretty sure all of the other ones were copycats.
Yeah, I think the first one, the one that showed up, was it in Nevada or whatever it was?
Yeah.
Utah, maybe? I think that one was real. And I think the one in California was done by the same people. But all the ones that popped up across the globe were definitely copycats. But that's not my point. My point is if y'all niggas break aliens out of Area 51, the evangelicals are going to go nuts.
Yup.
I don't think...
But you know what that means? Joel Osteen might pay taxes!
I don't think that storming Area 51 is going to be the grand event that you guys think it's gonna be.
Alright, alien stock was totally worth it. You wanna know why?
Why?
Just that gif of the reporter
Oh.
and the one guy Naruto running right behind him.
That entire thing was worth it for
It's
a
worth
gift.
it just for
For a
that.
gift. That's how that dude stole the fucking podium. What is his name? QAnon Shaman?
No, QAnon Shaman wasn't the. Oh no, so QAnon Shaman might be worth it for him like behind the one thing. Florida Man with the
Florida,
picture
yeah.
carrying the lectern, and he's just like, hey!
Yeah, that dude.
Like you just won a carnival prize.
I'm just saying, like, he felt like that was worth it. Like, face out on cam for a goddamn podium. Like...
Lectern.
Lectern?
Lectern.
So it's not a podium.
It is not. It's
What
a
is
lectern.
the difference between a lectern and a podium?
I don't know. As a Catholic, I should know this, but I don't.
Here we go. Now to our all-encompassing Lord Google. A podium is a small platform to stand on, while a lectern is a raised desk to stand behind.
Ah! Now we know.
So, for all you grammar snobs and literacy aficionados, no, that's not right. That's not right. Anyway, Aliens, Area 51, Jack Dorsey, 2021 has already lined up with some crazy events here.
Break! The NBA is, with the lack of money coming in from COVID and everything, is looking at expanding 2 more teams into the NBA.
Okay, and...
Seattle, obviously, as it should be, bring back the Sonics.
Right, I was gonna say, damn, Seattle don't have a team, but I guess, yeah, no.
And Vegas being the other one. And
Vegas.
the price would be $2.5 billion each. Which would be the largest...
Talk about fundraising.
Yeah, this would be the largest sale of a team. But this is also not a sale of a team. This is buying into
Buying
the
in.
league.
So the buy-in is how much again?
$2.5 billion.
Jesus Christ.
And that includes you have to have, like, an arena built for an NBA team,
You
et
hear
cetera,
that,
et cetera.
Elon? You hear that, Elon? But he's in Texas now, right? So that would mean he'd have to compete with, who owns the Mavericks? What's that dude's name?
Cuban?
Yeah, he'd have to compete with Mark. And I
I
don't
mean,
think he
Bezos
wants
lives in Seattle.
to... Ooh, who do you think... Okay, I know this is a very dark turn for this, but who do you think would win in a fight between Elon Musk and Mark Cuban?
Cuban.
You think Cuban would win
Yeah.
that? I have to look up stats now. I just need to know how tall each one and how much. So Elon Musk. How tall do you think Elon Musk is?
I just think Cuban's a fighter.
Elon Musk is 6'2".
What would you name the Vegas team?
Ooh, and Mark Cuban is 6'2". Okay, so off the rip here. No, okay, we'll talk about that in a second because I'm stuck on the idea.
Okay,
of
yeah, I
Elon
think Mark
Musk-
Cuban would beat the shit out of Elon Musk.
You think?
Yeah.
You think?
I think Mark Cuban would beat the shit out of Elon Musk. I think it would be a straight up high school jock picking on the nerd.
And it would definitely happen in a casino, right? Like they would be at like a blackjack table and Elon Musk would be talking cash shit and just piss Mark Cuban
No,
off.
it would happen at a tech concert.
You
Or
think
a tech. It would happen at a
Burning Man?
a tech
You think
convention.
it's-
No, it would happen at a tech convention. They'd be at like E3 or something like that.
E3. You think Mark Cuban still goes to E3?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
does. He's
he
on
does.
record to say he goes to E3.
That's tight. That's
Yeah,
tight.
no, Mark Cuban goes to all of these things. Mark Cuban's a really interesting dude, and he's also like a good dude. Like,
From what I've seen, like I mean, he's also a billionaire, but like
but like he signed JJ Barea to a 10-day contract, knowing that Barea wasn't going to play for $2.6 million because Barea was on the team for like 10, 12 years. So it was kind of like a thank you for your service thing.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it seems to be better than what Elon Musk is doing at the moment. I don't know. He has his supporters out there, but
What do you think the Vegas team would be called?
Vegas team? Yeah, moving back into that.
Vegas Rebels?
Rebels? Where'd you get Rebels from? Is that what the internet is saying?
No, that was just one that popped up off the top of my head. Raiders, because I mean they got the Raiders now.
Do they have the Raiders?
Yeah.
So-
Raiders' first year in Las Vegas was this year, I think.
Oh, so then both their basketball team and their football team have the same name?
Well, Rebels.
Rebels, Raiders. Yeah, I could see it. I'm trying to think.
Outlaws.
Yeah.
Las Vegas Outlaws.
Las Vegas. See, that has a nice ring to it, actually. LVO. Raiders, Outlaws. What's I'm thinking of something casino oriented, right? But it's not. I'm not getting any ringers.
Yeah, but I think they also don't want to call themselves like the Las Vegas Gamblers. Something casino related.
I was thinking
Las
like
Vegas
slots.
Lobster Rolls.
Las Vegas Lobsters. They should just do the Las Vegas Lobsters just for the memes, right?
Wow. Wow. They'd wear fucking salmon pink uniforms.
Oh my god, yeah. And the mascot? God, the mascot would be great.
The mascot would be terrifying.
It should be as realistic, as photorealistic as possible.
No. Before every game, like, you know how that, like, some people will have, like, the dog mascot walk out?
Yeah.
You walk out with a lobster on a fucking...
No, it should be in a tank. They should put that bitch out in a tank, and it's just floating there like blub, blub, blub. Las Vegas Spears, and then they could have Britney Spears do a residency at every game. Hit me, baby, one more time.
Las Vegas Blackjacks? No.
Yeah, see Blackjacks or the Las Vegas High Rollers. It's a mouthful though.
Yeah.
Or the Rollers.
Las Vegas Rollers, that's not a bad one.
Sharks.
Yeah, they're in the desert.
Yeah, but like sharks like at a casino.
Las Vegas Vipers.
Or the Coyotes. God no, that's like a fucking high school. What about Seattle? You think they're just gonna go to Supersonics again?
No, slam dunk.
Yeah, they're just gonna bring
Seattle Supersonics. The Sonics have an NBA championship in their history.
Yeah.
So yes, it's gonna be the Seattle Supersonics.
Yeah.
It should be nothing else.
Who's another? Okay, so here's a what if for you. If you could give a team to another state or city, who would you give a team to? Or who do you think would be another good contender for a team?
Not Seattle, because Seattle would be my first pick. So,
Baltimore. Bring back the Bullets. Since we were just talking about the Wizards earlier.
Baltimore having a basketball team would be awesome, but I don't think they have the like revenue coming in that they could really support a basketball team.
That might help the city though. It's typically hurts the city though.
That's a good question.
Does New Jersey have a team anymore?
No, but fuck Jersey.
Give Jersey back their team. All I'm saying. What about Vermont? Let's get a Vermont team in there. Missouri? No, that's Kansas City.
Baltimore's not a bad one. St. Louis should probably have a team.
Yeah.
Because right now all St. Louis has, well, no, they have their hockey team and they have the Cardinals, and they'll never lose the Cardinals. They'll never lose the Cardinals.
No. I think baseball teams are pretty set. I don't think they're going, or any new baseball teams are going to be popping up anywhere. Maybe like Puerto Rico. Ooh, Puerto Rico. Give Puerto Rico a basketball team.
I mean, Mexico City.
Yeah.
Canada has a team.
Exactly. So why not? Yeah, give them. And they play ball hard down there in Mexico. Oh god, that would throw the whole dynamic of the league off. It would be wild. Have a bunch of redheaded Mexicans running around. So Virginia doesn't have one.
Yeah, fuck Virginia. Virginia doesn't have a professional sports team anywhere.
Alabama doesn't have an NBA team.
Well, fuck them too.
Hawaii doesn't have one. Hawaii?
That's a lot of travel. Good luck with that.
Yeah. Oh, come on. They were doing games in China.
Not in the middle of the season.
Kentucky.
These are all places I don't care if they have basketball teams or not.
Mississippi.
Kentucky actually probably should have a team because of Louisville and the Wildcats. Kentucky, I can get because of the basketball culture in Kentucky having a team.
Same with Virginia.
Well, fuck Virginia.
The Richmond something or others, like, come on. Rhode Island. Rhode Island doesn't have a team. South Carolina. Come on. Where's Jordan? Isn't Jordan from South Carolina?
North Carolina.
North Carolina, yeah.
He's from North Carolina.
Yeah, so give South Carolina. Yeah, no, I could see Mexico City maybe getting a team. Like I said, I stand for Puerto Rico getting a team.
I mean, California already has a gajillion
Exactly.
basketball
No,
teams.
so we don't know. That's why I was going over, like I said, Maine, New Hampshire. I don't. Do they ball out in New Hampshire?
They ball out in Seattle. Like Seattle, like for me, it's like Seattle needs a team, and then there's a giant gap.
I just went over the states without NBA teams.
Yeah.
And out of the ones without NBA teams, the only one I could really see, like I said, Virginia, maybe South Carolina, maybe.
Okay, and then I have one other thing on my docket, and this one pisses me off.
Oh no, are we?
This one really pisses me off.
Breaking news.
The U.S. Navy punished a suicidal sailor who sought mental health treatment. Fuck that. 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 Fuck that.
So-
Fuck that.
Do we have any more information into it? Like, did you?
Yes, I do.
Oh. My man said, "Excuse me, let me get my briefcase."
Michael Gregg. Anyway, he called his mother and he said, he was working the night shift and he almost jumped off the boat. And she asked him to go get help immediately, and they went to the Naval Medical Center Portsmouth Hospital in Virginia. So he was later diagnosed as severe depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder, and he was met with rejection and demotion from the commanders of the United States Navy. He is 24. Michael Gregg graduated from Todd Beamer High School in 2016, and he enlisted in the Navy in March 2018 and was stationed on the USS Dwight Eisenhower in Virginia.
Did it say how long he had been stationed on the boat? Or what he may have possibly... It doesn't really matter. I mean, ultimately, he went through the proper channels here and was... What punishment was he given?
He was given demotion, and it also was deemed by the people in the hospital that his suitability for continued service was highly doubtful. He saw the ship's psychologist, and he explained suicidal thoughts. The lieutenant allegedly told him to come back for breathing exercises the next Thursday, 10 days away.
For breathing exercises 10 days away. Okay. I can totally agree that the handling of this was wrong up and down. I do feel like where demoting him may necessarily, or may have been a necessary approach, right? Because given his title and position, his mental state may have not made him fit to carry out the duties necessary for that position. 1. 2, I definitely could see the recommendation of maybe removing him from the line of service, because if you're having suicidal thoughts, then you can't do your job.
And they were saying that they highly discouraged him from going back to the ship as they saw it as a trigger point for the suicidal thoughts. They said that his pay would be stopped if he remained absent for more than 5 days.
That part.
Because it was classified as an unauthorized absence.
So, apparently...
Greg absented himself without authority on October 19, 2020. On November 17, 2020, command leadership notified ASA and Greg that he would be declared a deserter in accordance with standard policy unless he returned to work by November 18, 2020. The physical and mental health, safety, and spiritual wellness of all sailors continues to be a top priority for the USS Dwight Eisenhower leadership.
They say after they docked his pay and threatened to fire him if he didn't get back to work in time. If the man is having suicidal thoughts, then I think he needs, probably needs more than 5 days to recover from that.
Yeah, it should be probably a medical discharge.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. At that point, just medically discharge the man and, work the rest of the bureaucratic shit out from there. But to punish him in the way they did just feels like a quick response. Like, what do you mean you're having suicidal thoughts? I don't know how to deal with that. What are you in the army for if you can get depressed like that? Like, that kind of, I don't know. To demote him so quickly without, maybe medically discharging him first. But a demotion does seem a bit harsh.
Roman Palomares, who's the national chairman of the Military and Veterans Affairs Committee, based in Washington, D.C., that the actions of the U.S. Dwight Eisenhower Command and its failure to acknowledge Seaman Michael Gregg's risk of suicide aboard the ship are unacceptable. This is the latest example of leadership lapses by commanders charged with the care of our sons and daughters entrusted to the U.S. military. Michael was officially separated from the U.S. Navy on December 23rd when a general discharge under honorable conditions.
Well, that's good. At least he was discharged under honorable conditions. But
Farrah Gregg says the family is going to fight for a status change to medical disability discharge in the coming months.
Even better, you know? So his reputation isn't sullied, and I would fight to get his position promotion back because, like I said, I feel like the reaction was hasty.
In 2020, a total of 62 active duty sailors and 12 reserve duty sailors have died by suicide, according to U.S. Navy statistics as of December 4th. The Navy recorded 73 active members died by suicide in 2019, the highest number the data tracking shows from 2006.
So the suicide rates are steadily climbing from what the data is showing.
Well, it seemed like last year was a spike. It's less than last year, but
yeah,
still high.
But there probably weren't as many like service members like in active duty. I don't know, with COVID procedures and everything.
The Navy did say that they are trying to expand on mental health resources, but
that's good.
Captain Tara Smith did say, "I would be lying to you if we said every location covered with mental health resources. We do not."
Right.
So it's fucked up.
Yeah. So this was
really pissed me off personally.
This was clearly just a failure of mental health procedures, and this is a wake up call. Like, these people do and will continue to suffer as we all do, and therapy is
if you need help
for everybody.
Look for help. Trust me, I'm a big proponent of professional help when it comes to mental health. Medications help me personally. Therapy has helped me personally. If you're going through something, ask someone for help, even if it's just for a friend. And if you're a friend when somebody's asking you for this, don't be ashamed or don't feel like you're pushing them off by saying, look, you might want to seek professional help.
It's true, because not everybody is equipped to, handle everybody's falling apart. Not everybody is strong enough or has the right kind of tools and is capable of actually guiding people.
Sometimes the best help you can give somebody is to tell them to get professional help.
Yeah.
Mental health is important, and it's sometimes hard to deal with. Because a lot of people sometimes think it's something that they can't really talk about. Everybody's gone through something. Everybody's going through something.
Everybody's got a bit of PTSD. I was recently reading Unfuck Your Brain, Using Science to Get Over Anxiety, Depression, Anger, Freakouts, and Triggers by Faith G. Harper. It's available on Google Play. It's also available on Kindle. It's free if you have a Kindle Premium subscription. It's like a 3-hour read. And I mean, it's understanding mental health for millennials. It's in millennial speak. Some of you might actually find it a bit corny at points, but it's all contextually important information, and it's a way to frame mental health, help you make it a priority moving forward. You know what I mean? How to recognize your triggers and how to retrain your brain, essentially. And it's not easy. And she says that when you go through the book, it's a process that everybody has to continually work on, because we're always experiencing new traumas and triggers daily. So,
and we got one quick call-in, Island.
Oh. Let's
so Kellen
take the call in.
Young man Kellen called in with an Island, and he says that Samurai Champloo has the best soundtrack in all of anime. And we talked about this. We talked about this prior.
Look. I feel like that's a heated discussion, right? Because there are definitely different.
So Samurai Champloo has an unfair advantage because the soundtrack is so central in the
Is
telling
that-
of the story.
Look, see, that's what I feel like. Is that Nujabi's like?
But I gotta say, like, there's no anime intro that's slapped like Tank from Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah. Okay, so I was right. Yeah, a lot of Samurai Champloo is Nujabi's, and like that was one of the first. I feel like integrations of like anime and hip hop that I had ever seen.
And
like,
now they're kind of like they kind of
like-
feel synonymous.
that was like because of lo-fi, right?
Yeah.
And YouTube, right?
Like
so now,
Lord God and I talked about with you last week, the lo-fi aesthetic with like Doom and everything.
Exactly, but that's all like birthed from Nujabi's and that Samurai Champloo. So that's why it kind of has an unfair advantage, especially if you're a hip hop head and you love anime, right?
Yeah.
So, but also though the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack is like fucking beautiful.
It's
And,
amazing.
Like, the Neon Genesis Evangelion soundtrack, like that shit is.
Oh
also-
yeah, nope. That's that song.
Ghost in the Shell, like I mean,
Ghost in the Shell is also one of really fucking good.
fucking Akira, right? Like a great movie with an amazing soundtrack.
Yeah, I
So-
think Champloo has an unfair advantage in it, but I can't say definitively if it has the best. I think it has an unfair advantage
I mean,
because
Attack on
it's
Titan got a fucking vicious ass.
yeah. So, but the next island was Watanabe is the most influential anime director, and I guess at that point, like with how like
That's so
I don't know anime
subjective.
directors like that, but he
That's
has
so
two
subjective.
that are like as a director that are knocked out of the ballpark with Bebop and Champloo.
And what about fucking Hayao Miyazaki? Like
Which one did he do? Oh, like Miyazaki, like
Yeah.
from fucking
Studio
Ghibli?
and all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. All right, yeah, no. I think we kind of just got it's Miyazaki.
I mean, yeah, like how can you?
I think it's unarguably Miyazaki. I think you just forgot that he existed there, young boy Kellen. Yeah, it's Miyazaki.
I'm gonna if I really have to get into this, I'm gonna have to start pronouncing like names and stuff that I'm not. Like,
See, the cool
really
thing with
equipped to
Japanese
announce.
is you pronounce it exactly as you think it's spelled.
Yeah, but
Like, let me see.
I don't want to be out here like Peggy Hill and shit.
Isao Takahata, Osamu Tezuka, Masaki Yuasa. Yep. Like, you really just pronounce them exactly how they're spelled.
I'm sure. But I'm sure that made some people's ears cringe. Yeah, no, I feel like I'm just not cultured enough to know anime directors that well to really argue.
Me neither, but I do know Miyazaki, and I know how much everybody loves Studio Ghibli. It's gotta be
Yeah,
Miyazaki.
yeah.
That's
I
like-
mean, hands down.
That's like trying to say that Wayne Gretzky's not the greatest hockey player of all time. Like,
Speaking of movies, so HBO Max continues to, bump heads with directors and producers and theaters with their whole streaming rollout and theatrical rollout. They're currently
it's like a pick and choose type thing.
yeah, I mean they're like currently back and forth with like Christopher Nolan, and they had to, they're biting the bullet on Wonder Woman and all that shit. But
I mean, Nolan's at this point, he's like an artiste, right?
right. And I mean, but that's his whole point.
Like him and Tarantino.
He claims he wanted, they say that shit, right? And he claims he wanted it to be released. He wanted Tenet to be released in theaters because it's an experience, and people are going to get the full experience if they don't get to see it in theaters. But I also beg to argue that man is a millionaire and wants to remain a millionaire.
Yeah.
And HBO Max, with their Warner deal, kind of like fucked everybody's money. I don't know. They're afraid that it's gonna fuck the money, and 2020 was really rough on everybody for money. So
Yeah.
in their rollout of their straight to streaming, straight to theater releases here, they've got quite a selection of what seemed to be interesting. What seemed to be.
All right. Shoot on down the list.
Do you want to shoot down the list, or do you want to take up? So HBO pissing everybody off with these movies they about to roll out on streaming and in theaters. Everybody afraid they money ain't gonna be right. But you know.
But also theaters?
Yeah. I mean, some theaters are open across, you know, other places that aren't locked down like we are, or I don't know if you could even call us locked down, but I don't know if theaters are open here yet.
Nope. I haven't even bothered thinking about it.
Yeah, I didn't. Neither am I, which is why HBO is going ahead and letting these joints roll out on their streaming services for a month, and then they will continue to play in theaters after that to make up whatever money is lost. But in the list of movies we have coming to us on HBO Max, we've got Denzel Washington's The Little Things, which I haven't seen a trailer for yet.
No.
I gotta get hip to that one. Judas and the Black Messiah is set to roll out next month, which I'm psyched
Jesus
about
was
that
black
shit.
and Ronald Reagan was the devil and the government is lying to you about 9/11.
And Fred Hampton was the truth. And this movie, this is gonna be good. Tom and Jerry. I have not seen the trailer for the new Tom and Jerry movie.
It's gonna be violent.
It should be good. It looks like one of those crossover live action / animation type Roger Rabbit type shits.
Gotta be violent.
Godzilla versus King Kong looked like it was gonna be
Oh,
fun.
that looks fun.
That shit looked like it was gonna be a whole.
That looks like a fun
cataclysmic
movie that
event.
may not be good, but still will be fun.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yep, that's a fun movie.
That's a fun movie right there.
We saw the Mortal Kombat trailer. That looked like
That looks hype.
yeah.
That looks like it might be fun and good.
Yeah.
Also, Mortal Kombat has a really good story.
Exactly, and it piqued my interest, Joe. They've been working on this shit for a very long time, and Michael Jai White is in that shit, and I'm
Yup.
always excited to see his black ass do some kung fu.
Get over here!
So, let's get that, you know, that's coming out. I don't know when that one's coming out. I think April, they said. Those Who Wish Me Dead, based off of a book
Yeah.
about a young boy who witnesses a murder and is given a new identity and placed into a wilderness survival camp.
I can't remember.
No, doesn't sound interesting to you. I mean, it seems like it might be good. It's got Angelina Jolie in it.
They're dropping the fourth Matrix, though.
Yes, the fourth Matrix is gonna come rolling out. The new
I gotta
Conjuring.
watch the second and third one, but the first Matrix is legit really good. Space Jam!
Yeah, no information on the fourth Matrix though. They've kept that plot kind of like, from what I've seen, they've kept that plot kind of quiet.
Space Jam!
Yeah, with LeBron and Bugs.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
It's not gonna be from what I'm told, it's not a sequel. It's an entirely new story.
Yeah, it is an entirely new storyline. There's some wild AI that's taken over the internet or something like that, and Bugs Bunny and LeBron James gotta get together a team of like gamers to compete and fight
And
against
I think
this
NBA
AI.
Superstars 2,
Yeah.
I can't remember if they're playing against them or not, but I know like Dame Lillard and Anthony Davis are in it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that looks like another fun movie. Who knows if it'll be good yet? I haven't seen it.
I mean, like, it's like,
No
would
official.
you call Space Jam a good movie? I call Space Jam a good movie.
You think? Okay, yeah, I would call Space Jam a good movie.
Space Jam is a good movie.
It's held up. I would say it's definitely held up.
It's
watchable.
really funny. Like,
Yeah.
Bill Murray is still hilarious in that movie.
Yeah, I mean,
They have to have Bill Murray.
the new Suicide Squad movie looked
All right,
pretty
that
hype.
looks
James Gunn at the helm of that shit.
He's the guy who did the first two Guardians of the Galaxy, right?
Yeah, I mean, he did a lot of different Marvel shits, and I'm for it after watching
He
the
said
trailer.
that this is the biggest movie he's done.
Yeah.
And he did two Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
They was talking about all kinds of twists and turns. It's got fucking Harley Quinn. Margot Robbie is returning as
Yep.
Harley Quinn.
Jared Leto is not returning as Joker.
But it's got John Cena in that shit. Idris Elba is
He
in
described
that
himself
joint.
as a douchey Captain America. Idris Elba, I'm pretty sure, is replacing Will Smith.
No, he's a whole entirely different superhero, anti-hero. I can't remember what the character's name is, but
Most
I don't know.
importantly, no Jared Leto.
this shit look hype. No Joker shit. Harley Quinn doing her own badass thing.
Yup.
They got King Shark in that shit. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Like I said, the new Conjuring movie, I didn't see. Dune is gonna be coming out. I've seen a couple of trailers for Dune, or clips. I don't know. You know the internet sometimes. We was watching trailers earlier, and I couldn't decide if that Matrix trailer was fan-made or not. But I don't know. I mean, it looks like we got some good content coming to us here in the future on this HBO Max Warner deal. Hopefully they'll be able to, see some kind of profit from this. Maybe this will be the future, and you'll have the opportunity to watch a movie at home first, then decide if you want to go see it in theaters when things go back to normal.
That'll be weird for me, though.
Well, I mean, that's kind of how we do shit now, right? Like, we stream music, and then if you really like the song, you can go buy the fucking single. So why not do that's the way movie theaters will go. Like, you can watch the movie at home, and if you really like it, then you can go see the shit in theaters. How long do you think it'll take, with HBO doing this, how long do you think it'll take before we start getting the opportunity to see Netflix movies in theaters?
I mean, that would probably run right concurrent, right?
Right, like if this works out...
Just of keeping up with the Joneses.
If this works out for HBO and Warner, then theaters may have to stop snubbing Netflix, and we'll get to see... I mean, how much... Like, think about Bird Box, right?
Yeah.
Was it Bird Box?
The one with Sandra Bullock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what... Yeah, okay. Think about how much, like... Would you have gone and seen that in theaters? Like, think about how much money Netflix would have made if they could have, released that in theaters first.
Probably a lot.
Wasn't it? Hold on. Wasn't
because I mean, like horror and thriller movies are best in theaters.
Exactly. Like Netflix would have made bang, and by keeping them out of releasing in theaters, which I mean, to the whole argument was kind of their thing, right? They are a streaming service, so for them to have a theatrical release would be a very big step for them.
Yeah.
But this may allow Netflix to argue, like, hey, we can we can release streaming, and we do theatrical release numbers already.
Yeah.
So if you let us, kind of do what HBO Max and Warner did, then
everybody's doing the same thing.
Then that'll shake up the game, and
we'll see how it rolls.
Netflix was opening up that new studio in Arizona, I believe. So they've got more production rolling, and they've probably got more, competition.
Mixing up the game. Well, I got some title shifts I just scribbled down here.
Let's shake it up then.
Jack Dorsey and Tony Stark.
You really caping for Jack Dorsey lately. Now
I think that'd be an interesting one. I was gonna do Zuckerberg versus Tony Stark, and then I would be like, wow, Zuckerberg would just be an awful Iron Man.
You already know who the internet thinks is real life Tony Stark, though.
Yeah,
Elon Musk.
But he's not. Elon is like Lex Luthor or Tony Stark.
Elon Musk.
So that's what we're gonna say. We're gonna say Tony Stark runs Twitter and Jack Dorsey is Iron Man.
Who owns a bar?
Yeah.
Yikes. That's a wild title shift. I mean, it's not too far out of the realm of possibility.
Like, that's why it was, like, Zuckerberg versus Tony Stark would not be...
But, I don't know, that's assuming that Dorsey has, like, all this, like, his tech knowledge runs far enough for him to be able to, like, create an Ava.
I was just gonna say that they probably don't do anything. Like, the Avengers probably don't do anything.
No.
Like, they don't do anything. Like, aliens would be attacking to be like, alright, we gotta wait.
If Jack Dorsey is Tony Stark, then he is the boys' version of Tony Stark.
Yeah.
That's what that would be.
Okay.
I also feel like that's just Elon Musk, right? Like, you're still describing Elon Musk.
Anyway, so this one I came up with just because I was like, cheesy New York accent, and then who's someone that's super iconic. So this one is super not even gonna make sense. But Jay-Z and Joey Wheeler.
From Friends?
From Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh. Yeah. Now I'm just... No, because Immediately, this changes the entire dynamic of Friends, right?
So anime Jay-Z playing children's card games for people's souls. I play Red Eyes Black Dragon!
When you describe it like that.
So Jay-Z playing children's card game battling for people's souls.
I could see that.
Hey yo, I got Time Wizard! Flipping card!
I feel like it should be me doing the Jay-Z impressions, but I'm gonna let you carry that one because that's a wild title. What the fuck even made you think of that shit?
I don't know.
The New York shit?
Pretty much.
Oh no. Nope. You can keep that title shit.
Do you have a
title shit?
Jay-Z impression?
No, not off the top of my head, not right now. You will not get me to Nope, see that's a Jada kiss. Oh wow. Wow, sir.
And I got one more. Santa Claus and Satan.
I wish we had a camera so people could see how I looked at you just now. Santa Claus is so...
Santa Claus now runs hell, and Satan now runs Christmas.
I would like to say that there are probably a decent amount of people who are terrified of large white men anyway. So, you know, fat guy. If it wasn't for Santa Claus, a fat guy with a beard and a red coat showing up in the house in the middle of the night would probably freak most people out.
But now you have...
And make you think something was terribly
But now
wrong.
you have Satan. For starters...
Krampus. That's Krampus. So
I would say, Robot Devil from Futurama is another one of the ones I thought of.
Honestly, now that we're here, you just described Krampus, right? So you just switched Krampus and Santa for a night, and now Santa is whipping
Imagine
children.
Santa running hell. Ho ho ho!
That's what I'm saying. So now
you are on my naughty list.
right, and instead of handing out presents,
Stand in the DMV lane 1A4.
No.
You will get your number called.
So I take it you don't know much about Krampus then, because this nigga literally be sneaking in the house and whipping people while Santa be putting presents in.
I don't know much.
Yeah, no. What?
Elaborate.
Krampus is a Christmas demon that takes the naughty children and kidnaps them and whips them.
No, I mean, like, I guess, but also...
And he looks like the devil. Like he is a furry, goat-legged beast with horns.
Imagine...
No. No, you're not hearing
Satan,
me,
Satan
sir.
still has to deliver the presents, but it's just like...
So yeah, now it's Krampus, the furry goat demon, delivering presents to good little boys and girls. Just like the Satanist that you wish everybody would be.
No, I want to know your
With your
take on what
Satanist
Jay-Z
propaganda.
playing children's card games...
I already said I could believe that shit, right? Because, I mean, isn't that what he's doing now? Keep your third eye open, bro.
Stay woke, everybody.
Out here influencing the youth with that Black Lives Matter nonsense. Him and his devil-worshipping wife, Beyonce. Practicing magic. See, they do practice. See, she be in the house.
Switch
reading
Beyonce.
tarot cards. See, yeah, now
Switch Beyonce and
with
Satan.
Yu-Gi-Oh. No, switch Beyonce with Yu-Gi-Oh. And Jay-Z is Joey.
Isn't that just Ishizu? Isn't that just a Shizu?
Are you saying that Ishizu could be Beyonce?
Why not?
Ooh, get ready for the comments. You really think anybody else could be Beyonce? No, but Beyonce could definitely be Yu-Gi-Oh, though. And Yugi could never. Could you imagine Yugi seeing all
Dark
the single
magician!
ladies?
I attack you, Beyonce!
All the single ladies.
Wouldn't it just? It would just be like feminist Ishizu.
I feel like it's unfair to boil Beyonce down to just a feminist.
Fair. That's a good point.
Look, this is your title shifts.
I literally just scribbled these down within the past 5 minutes.
Yo. It's alright, man.
I would have thought Satan and Santa would have been a little bit more fun, but nope, somebody's already done that one.
I had to think about it for a second. I'm like, yo, yeah, no, you just described Krampus. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about talking about the whole Kanye thing, but it's really just sad. Speaking of somebody who, you know, I hope he gets his mental health check.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk about that man divorce. Everybody is also
Oh,
talking
they're getting
about
divorced?
that shit. Yeah, there's rumors about them. See, you gonna make me talk about the man divorce?
No, I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah, no. There's rumors that him and Kim are on the rocks, and it may be because
It doesn't surprise me.
Kanye is having a homosexual relationship with her makeup designer Jeffree Star.
What? What?
Running back in like that. Why are you gonna make me talk about this shit? You didn't hear about this shit?
No!
How have you not heard about this? Yeah, no.
I saw the picture of him, like, holding Jeffree Star, and I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's probably just a meme.
Yeah, well, it's a meme because some TikTok user
Influencer, whatever the hell they call him now.
Yeah, exactly. To sound as washed as possible. Some TikTok influencer posted a video where she was hinting that the reason Kim and Kanye are getting a divorce is because he's secretly been having an affair with Jeffree Star. And that is the reason why Kanye got all super Christian out of nowhere, because he's self-hating.
What?
Yeah.
This sounds wild.
And
The self-hating thing wouldn't surprise me, though.
apparently there's leaked photos or something of them. I didn't look for all that because I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna support it. I can't. You made me.
I didn't know anything about it, so that was just like an immediate reaction. I'm like,
it's messy as fucking messy news.
scandalous.
That's, because 2021 had to start off when, excuse me,
The free trial's expired. I would like to not renew my subscription.
2021 had to start off with a bang just to prove that none of this
Is normal.
be safe, guys.
Deuces.
Look, it's a flood.
The flood.
It's flooding.
Get away.
Quick, we need to get to higher ground.
Open the floodgates.
Wait, why can't we talk about
It
Black
is
stuff?
time to